Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and we have assembled here once again to talk about Simon Pegg's and Nick Frost's Hot Fuzz. And we are going to start off with, let's start off with Lee and Hull, shall we? I thought I'm going to
You
pick
did.
you first because you were drinking.
You did that on purpose, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's been a while since.
We all know it's alcohol.
No, it's tea. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched this movie, so I sat down today and rewatched it. Yeah, it's an enjoyable, funny British comedy movie, and wow, what a cast! Yeah, every scene they've got some well-known British name in it, from Edward Woodward to Billy Whitelaw. Yeah, it's fun. This is the second of the Cornetto Trilogy, as they call it. I just wish they made more films. Yeah, I wish Simon Pegg and Nick Frost would make more films like this. To be honest, instead of doing the other crap they do, like was it Paul, that alien thing? That was awful.
Paul was terrible.
Yeah.
And Paul is awful.
Yeah, I think they should, after the third one of this trilogy, I think they should come back and do another one because it do work well together, and they can pull in all these other actors to make cameos and stuff like that. It's amazing. Yeah, I enjoyed it. There's something happening every minute of the movie. You laugh away to yourself, or you think, "Wow, this is great." The action scenes, and Sam Pegg in this one sort of plays it straight, opposite Nick Frost's comical character, which I love Nick Frost. I think he's brilliant. So that's my opening thoughts. I enjoyed it after so many years of not watching it. Over to you, Alid.
And now every time I see Nick Frost, I always think now of Doctor Who, as he played Father Christmas. I just can't get that out of my head now after seeing him. And yeah, let's go to Germany with Beef Dad. What did you make of this film? Did you enjoy it?
I love this.
Excitement.
Pardon? The cast was extraordinary, and for me it was nice because one of my old school friends was in it.
Must be very old.
Yeah, Ken Cranham. I was at school with Ken Cranham. We both did Macbeth together. Also in that production was Douglas Fielding, who went on to change his name to his name was Brian Fielder, and he went on and changed his name to Douglas Fielding. He got quite famous on British television. All three of us were offered places in the National Youth Theatre. I was the only one who didn't go because my father was a bit of a misery guts as far as that was concerned. But yeah, Ken went on from National Youth Theatre to RADA, and he's done some brilliant stuff. But yeah, it's just a stellar cast. Every moment you look at it, and there's a face that you've known for 100 years in front of you. I mean, Anne Reid, I should say, you mentioned Billy Whitelaw, Olivia Colman. I wish I'd seen this film before I had bumped into a time lash. That would have been a fun bit to chat about. But yeah, it's just an extraordinary cast. The deaths are quite unpleasant in it. A little on the gory side, but nothing is. Let's put it like this: they don't go too far with it. It works really well, and yeah, I got some favourite moments.
Oh, I love Bill Bailey in it. Let's go to Susan and Alex. I love Bill Bailey. He's great. Strap yourselves in, folks.
This is an interesting movie. It's kind of funny. They're sort of doing, in my opinion, sort of an homage to all the police movies. First, it seems very much like a workman, working cop type of dragnet thing where he's very by the book and he's very, enforcing laws that the town doesn't even want him to enforce. And he's very serious and by the book. And then as the movie goes on, he gets less by the book and more like cop movies. But yeah, it is a very funny movie. It's very amusing that there's so many famous people. It's kind of ironic. They've got Timothy Dalton, otherwise known as James Bond or Spit and Wrestle On. Get out the towels. When that he's playing the villain. And then it reminded me of when he was in The Rocketeer, and he also had a mustache. And he also was kind of a smart aleck. Yeah, his sort of injury toward the end was kind of gory. But maybe that's good that they show that the violence hurts, so it's not all cartoony or A-Team like where they, shot 600 bullets but nobody got hit. But yeah, I mean, that's the only other thing is that I don't know if they were trying to cover all the stereotypes of cops or not, but it's funny how it's very serious and then toward the end it's very comical and then it's serious. And they do jump back and forth, and I understand that. And they did do a good job with the acting. Like I said, the balance may have been off, but like I said, I love cop shows, so it's kind of interesting how they covered a lot in the 2 hours. They covered all the sort of cop stereotypes and the cop types. It's an enjoyable movie. I'm glad I saw it. I did see Shaun of the Dead. I don't know what the third. What is the third movie in the trilogy? No, I didn't see that one yet. But yeah, it's a fun movie. It's like I said, it's making fun of almost all the cop genres, so cop styles.
Thanks. Yeah, I really love this movie. I think that Nicholas Frost and Simon Pegg together, blow holes, so to speak, in all of the genres in this movie. Like it's and the first stereotype that they take a shot at is the police, as Alex was saying, and then they take a huge shot at the stereotype of the English countryside. It's all peaceful and gentle and stuff, and then they find all these skeletons and remains in the basement, and there's the statue, the living statue, and there's these other folks, and that was really amazing to me, and I enjoy. I laugh my face off at this movie every single time I see it. I don't like the fact that Steve Coogan was uncredited at all anywhere. That's kind of weird. But Bill Nighy and what Martin Freeman were super cool as his DCIs and anyway, the sergeants and his commanding officers anyway. So, and the fact that in this they go from a place of like Simon Pegg's character has got all of the he's correct in his the way he speaks about being a police officer. It isn't being a policeman or whatever. It's being a police officer. Anyway, he knocks down all the sexism and all the all of the the prejudice, and he just goes for it. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. And I laughed my face off again.
That's what we like to hear.
Oh,
Now-
and by the way, Alad, turn up your audio for a sec.
Up. All right, just a second. Brian, let's go to you. What did you make of this film, Brian? What did you make of the highlights? When you're ready?
You're never going to let that go, are you?
No, never.
You and Lee are never going to let that go.
Now, what did you make of this film, Brian? We're reviewing Hot Fuzz, remember? Not Hot Fez or Hot Ferrets or anything like that. Hot Ferrets is a completely different film in a completely different genre. Carry on, Brian.
Okay, what I thought of Hot Fez. No, I'm just kidding.
That's not a fez.
No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
not a fez you're wearing. You are aware.
I know, I was kidding. I was kidding. Anyway, what I thought of Hot Fuzz. Honestly, I did like it. I really did. But I thought it was a bit slow at first, like towards like the beginning. It didn't really pique my interest until like maybe halfway within the movie. And I mean, it is an enjoyable story. It is an enjoyable movie to watch, but it just seemed a bit slow, and everything that the movie was, at least for the beginning, that wasn't struck my appeal in that. So, but again, it did go attached to my appeal as maybe within the halfway within the film. Great cast. Most of them I've seen from different genre of films or shows. Simon Pegg being the main star, and I love him within most of the things that I've seen him in. Like, he was in Doctor Who for a guest star appearance. He's been in like the Star Trek films that I've seen. And Timothy Dalton, I was actually surprised to see him in it. He's not really the best Bond in my opinion, but anyway, that's a different review
That's a different story.
It's a different story and review for another day. But yeah, I thought it was actually a good, decent movie. Other than the beginning and everything, but I liked that it had like a. I didn't really get the humor though as much.
No, I thought you wouldn't. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me, Brad.
Yeah, it didn't really.
You see, you only get certain bits from the trailer.
I did not just get. I watched the damn movie. Shut up. You guys are never gonna let that go.
Yeah, but what didn't you get about the humor? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, it just again, I guess I'm used to like American humor.
Okay, all it was a bunch of old geezers in an English village getting shot. I mean, what don't you understand about that? It was pretty.
I do understand. I understand the story, Susan.
You like grumpy cat humor, don't you?
Shut up.
You like grumpy cat. That's what you like.
And you know, it like some spots and places within like the scenery and everything kind of reminded me of Shaun of the Dead.
Well, that's because it was made and directed by the same people and the same actors.
It did.
God.
I didn't know that. I thought this was like a different
No, this is part of like a trilogy. It's called the Cornetto Trilogy. Have you never seen them?
No.
You've seen the other one, Shaun of the Dead.
I have.
I've seen
It starts off with with this one, Hot Fuzz, and then it goes to Shaun of the Dead, where instead of villagers, no,
No,
then it's
Shaun of the
World's
Dead.
End.
This one, and it's this one.
Shaun of the Dead was first.
This is the second one.
Oh, come on. Really? I got them backwards?
Come on.
Oh, dear. Oh, well.
Oh, dear.
I mean, I didn't know that it was supposed to be mostly the same actors and the same director, but I thought it was just a quinky dink of stuff. But anyway, yeah. Moving on.
Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what a coincidence is, please?
Anyway,
I don't know, but you might need to see a doctor about it.
I did. But I did enjoy it. It was a decent film, so thumbs up.
Thank you for that, Brian. Either you need to lie down or I do. Stephen Price, let's go to you. Quick, save this cast.
I didn't see this movie when it first released in the cinema. I heard all the hype about it, and I went shopping, and it was on special offer on DVD with a big, massive Toblerone.
Oh. No,
I don't eat chocolate, so I give that to my dad.
You're not allergic to nuts, are you?
No. Great cast. And I watched it yesterday. And who pops up? David Bradley as the farmer. What the hell is he saying?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
I couldn't stop laughing all the way through it yesterday. You know, some great scenes in it. Bill Nighy, is it?
Nighy,
yeah. Forgot he was in it. Timothy Dalton. Is it Steve Coogan?
Yeah.
I can't stand him. I'm very sorry.
No,
I don't like that. I don't like that guy at all. I don't find him that funny. Great.
Susan's distraught now.
What?
Susan's distraught.
Great movie. I thought I first watched Shaun of the Dead. I thought this Hot Fuzz going to beat it, and it was very, very funny movie. And I got some best bits I want to say later.
Yeah, that's fine. You know when you went shopping though? You went down to the shop. Was it raining?
No. Oh yeah. Raining, windy.
We've got to make sure that the world is still here, you know.
Oh yeah. It was a terrible day, torrential day.
And next to the bargain bin, was it half price sale on Tom Jones CDs?
No, half price umbrellas. Half price umbrellas.
Was there any left?
Not really, no.
No, I wouldn't have thought so, no. I have to say that this film has got a brilliant cast, but it actually is missing Tom Jones.
Oh, no.
Tom Jones would have made this.
Oh, yeah, I would have loved to see him in it, getting shot.
Getting killed. I have to put up with this film every single year. I say put up, but actually I really enjoy it because my partner, this is one of his favourite films, and he watches this every single year because it's always on telly on one of the channels, and he always watches it. So I've watched this, several times over the years, and it's always a joy to watch. Like Susan says, it's funny throughout. There's funny scenes throughout it, and there's funny moments throughout it. And Simon Pegg really is great in this. And I'm not a fan of Simon Pegg, and I'm not a big fan of Nick Frost either, but they're good in this, and the cast is absolutely stellar. Now, I don't like Shaun of the Dead because it's about zombies and stuff like that, and I don't like zombies. But this one, I like this one. This one's good. It's like I say, it's funny throughout. You've got, you know, when they go into the shop and it was about the cactus, and then he says about it was a prickly customer. That's a funny line, you know. So yeah, it's really good. Let's go on to favorite moments, because Stephen said he had a few favorite moments. Why don't you fire some out, Stephen?
Yeah, there was one where Simon Pegg was jumping over these garden fences.
Yeah.
So Nick Frost decides, oh, I can do that, but he doesn't. And yeah, the part where they're chasing this boy, and he throws he's going across the field and he throws this stone at him, just knocks him out. And the part with both of them going to the like a barn, and he got all these weapons, all these guns, and he says, "What's that?" You know, or something like that. So he bangs it, and you hear it ticking, and you see both of them run out and over the wall.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Let's go to Brian.
Oh, and the other one with the vicar, where they shoot the vicar. The priest did it.
Brian, have you got any favourite moments?
I'm back.
Yep.
Oh, favorite moments. Okay. I guess my favorite moments, at least my first favorite moment would have to be towards the end. Oh, we lost Lee. Okay. Anyway, my towards the end, like with the big gunfight between like most of it, like the town and the police officers and everything. I thought that was like a cool, badass moment, and I think that's like probably my top favorite scene within the movie. My possibly other favorite moment is when they like when they find the armory within the barn with David Bradley's character. I thought that was like a weird, interesting moment within the movie. And I can't think of anything else that was like a best moments in the movie for me. So
yeah, it's because you watched the highlights. That's why.
Yeah, it must have been a short trailer.
I did not watch any trailer or highlights. You guys are never gonna let that go, are you? Jeez,
look, you've got to give him a break. He looked at the pictures online.
I did not look at the pictures online. Leave me alone, God.
No, he's just looked at memes.
Shut up.
Let's go to Lee. I don't know where you went a moment ago.
The internet keeps playing up, keeps kicking me out. Oh, it's you, Alan, kicking me out. Oh no, you can't do it. I'm the host.
No,
I just want to say I'm in awe of Beef Dad knowing Kenneth Branagh, because Kenneth Branagh is my second favourite Cenobite from the Hellraiser movies. Dr. Shannard, I love that movie. We'll digress. We'll go. Yeah, there's so many different scenes. I mean, it all comes down to as well, what all the way through the movie, all these deaths and it all comes down to that the neighbourhood watch.
Yeah.
Want to keep the village the best it can to win the best village of get rid of these, get rid of that, you know. But I like the death scene. The death scenes are brilliant as well. You know, the one with the church and the what do you call it? Not gargoyle, but the piece of concrete straight on the head. That, as you said, it's not. It's a bit gruesome, but it's not grotesque, shall we say? It's sort of played with comedy. As Timothy Dalton, brilliant. He can play villains till the sun, you know, till the cows come home. For me, he's brilliant. It's Timothy Dalton. And you've got to give a big thumbs up to Jim Broadbent as well. Brilliant as the police captain? I think he was.
But he's brilliant in everything.
Inspector. Oh, he's brilliant in everything.
Everything that man is in, he is brilliant at.
But usually nowadays in movies or TV shows, he just does cameos nowadays. This one's sort of a big role.
Big role, yeah.
And he doesn't often play villains.
No, that's true. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I just love the scenes where they try and take back the village from the neighbourhood watch. That is just the action scenes in that. You know, Sam, Pegg, and Nick Frost when they decide to take it back, and especially when Nick Frost you sees that woman on the bike with the guns and opens the door and she goes flying. I just love that bit. There's that many scenes in it. There's too many to mention. But if you ask me about something, I'll come up with it because I don't watch trailers. I watch the full movie. Look, of course, I've got it on DVD.
I watched the damn movie. Shut up. I watched it on Netflix, okay?
Hold on. I didn't mention your name, Brian. Is that a bit of guilty conscience there?
Oh, guilty conscience.
You knew you were talking to me.
Guilty conscience. Let's go to Beef Dad before he really gets fed up. I know that's the reaction we all have with Lee when Lee's talking Beef Dad. Beef Dad, it's your turn.
Somebody prod him with a stick.
Poke him, prod him.
Yep. Like Stephen, I love the bit where Simon Pegg is leaping over the fences, trying to catch the runaway kid. But I must admit, I like Nick Frost crashing through the fences even more. The murder of the lady in the garden centre was pretty good, with a pair of gardening shears. Can't remember who was it played her. Was that? I can't remember. But it was either Anne Reid or Billy Whitelaw. I can't remember. Olivia Colman actually was very funny in this as the policewoman. PC Doris. She was great. I liked her. Never really seen her do comedy before, and it worked. It worked. She's very controlled. I really liked the bit where Ken and his mother got their comeuppance when they were trying to kill off Simon Pegg and the other one, and he gets shot and she gets smacked in the face with a gun and just stands there with her face all bleeding. That was just so comical. But there was so many moments in this, and it is so good. It's very, very difficult to pick moments. Basically, for me, the funniest moment was the whole film.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. There's funny little moments throughout the whole production. And in a way, every time you watch it, you kind of notice something new as well. You notice something else that's funny. You know, there's some things that you probably won't pick up on first watch. When you rewatch it, you think, oh, I didn't notice that before. You know, let's go to Alex and Susan before they fall asleep. before we lose Alex to the land of Nod.
All right. I think that my favorite bit will always be the running through the garden bit. That's hilarious. I agree with you guys on that. You and Beef Dad and Steven on that. I think that that's just too hilarious for words. And I also think that the neighborhood watch or the townspeople, in their black cloaks gathered around a circular table talking about how to kill people was properly hilariously evil and a bit satanic in the process, and that was funny as heck because then they were like, and then one of the ladies was like, and this one's twins are named such and so and so and so, and it's just, and everybody's like, oh, that's so sweet. All these people who were just earlier discussing murderous intentions and stuff. So those two bits are hilarious forever and ever. And the other, I love the interplay between Simon and Nick as the London cop comes and becomes part of the village cop force, because that was just funny stuff too. So yeah, those are my 3 favorite bits. Alex,
Keep it short.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it was. What's that again?
Keep it to the film.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but basically, yeah. I mean, it's a pastiche. It's funny. It's making fun of horror movies and cop shows, and that was very funny, and it was a great style the way they did that. The contrast, and then everybody's nice at first, and then they start changing. And I don't know if I really had a favorite bit per se, but I mean, it was pretty funny how they went from the super sweet English village, everybody's calm, to super shoot 'em up. High, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a horror movie, so I guess they're making fun of both genres at once. Of course, I didn't like spoiler when the police station gets blown up as well.
You spoiled it for Brian.
Yeah, but
I saw the movie.
all right, Brian, easy, Brian.
How could you? You ruined
I
it.
hope they. Of course, I would have actually enjoyed. It probably would have taken it out of the movie. I wonder what the taxes were after all that. But it was it was an enjoyable movie, and like I said, I've seen tons of bad middle and bad it's good movies, and this was sort of a combination of all the styles.
Trust Alex to be thinking of the taxes. I mean, but I have to admit, usually I don't like comedy films, because usually comedy films are really crap, aren't they? They're not really funny. Even British sitcoms that have been put into comedies, like Are You Being Served, and you've got other ones, haven't you, that made a movie, and they're not funny. And this is one of the only funny films I actually find funny, but throughout. It's a funny film throughout. So that's a really big feat in itself, to make a funny film, but then to make it funny throughout. And I think this is the best one. I don't like Shaun of the Dead. The next one is what's it called? World's End or something like that. Yeah, World's End. I'm not keen on that one. And I don't like Paul at all. No, that is not funny at all. I don't know what's going on there, but they completely missed the mark. But this has got funny scenes throughout. I mean, David Bradley, I love Bill Bailey in it. He's absolutely brilliant. And he's funny in everything he does, Bill Bailey, apart from Doctor Who, which he was only in it for like 2 minutes and then he was out. But yeah, this is brilliant. Anybody have anything else to add? Any Anything they want to throw in, Lee? Where are you putting that finger, Lee?
Yeah, I've also got to give it a big thumbs up to two more actors in this. Paul Freeman as the Reverend. The scene where he tries to talk to Simon Pegg's character in the village square, then all he went, "Oh, fuck's sake," and gets his guns out as the Reverend. You know what I mean?
That is that's our non-advertiser friendly thing gone.
Yes,
now.
that's the F bomb. And also, it's good to see. Also, it's good to see Rory McCann not playing the Hound from the Game of Thrones as Timothy Dalton's, was he relative or something like that? I can't remember what he was playing now, but the silent killer from the supermarket. Brilliant to see him without the long hair. But yeah, that's my other things I used to like to add there. Over to you, Alan.
Thank you, Lee.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for using the F word. No, I'm not.
Well, it'll be, that's a yellow card for you. Now that's 2 on a yellow card, Stephen Price and Lee. And he's a rebel tonight.
It's the tea. It's Yorkshire tea.
It messes with your brain.
Another favourite scene of mine is a police officer in the car going across a field, and he turns around and there's a swan, and it bites him, and he ends up hitting the tree.
Anyone else have anything to add? Quick.
Yeah, I just hope no swans were injured in the making of this movie.
Or any Jim Broadbents.
Yes. Anyone else have anything to add? Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up with final say and score. Let's go to Brian for final say and score.
Oh, of course you gotta go to me first.
Yeah, well, we're going to get the lowest score out of the way first. We want to end on a positive note.
Well, my final say and score for this film would probably have to be, let's see, I would probably give this film a 6 out of 10.
Oh, 6, that's not bad. That's above a 5, yeah? 6 is above 5.
Yes, I know.
No, that's not a bad score. Let's go to Alex and Susan for their final say and score. And Alex, for you, just give us a score.
Very funny. Like I said, it's a funny pastiche. It's a combination of all the cop stereotypes and a little bit of horror put in it. And it's very good. I give it an 8.
Quick, move on. Quick.
Thanks, Alex. I will.
We love you, Alex.
I will up Alex's score by 2 and give it a 10. And I'll give it 10 axes wielded by some English lady in the countryside.
And let's go over to Stephen Price. What do you want to give it, Stephen, out of 10? What's your final say and score?
I'll give it 10 gunshots out of 10.
So it was worth going in the pouring rain to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good. Let's go to Lee.
I'm going to give this. It's an enjoyable movie. I agree with what everybody says, apart from Brian.
Nobody agrees with Brian says.
But I'm going to give this. I'm going to give it 9 cornettos out of 10.
Oh, why a 9? Do you not like it as much as the other two?
Well, I'm comparing it to Shaun of the Dead and Wales End.
You have to, because it's
It's to me all those 3 movies. I mean, you don't like Shaun of the Dead because of the zombie stuff, blah blah blah. All that. We've heard it all before from Ali, but so I'm comparing it between those. But I'm comparing it just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah. So anyway, 9 cornettos out of 10. Look, I've lost track of what I was saying now.
Let's go to Beef Dad in Germany. What are you going to give this a 10, Beef Dad? Is it going to be higher or lower than a 9 from Lee?
There were a couple of people that I would like to have seen a little bit more of in this.
The cast.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a bit more of Bill Bailey.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would have been nice to see a bit more of Ken, and definitely more of Olivia Colman. So yeah, it gets a 9.99999% from me, and a cheers with the Cranbridges.
Yeah, but that just shows how good those characters were and the actors were, that you wanted to see more of those characters as well. Just shows how good they were and how good they played their parts, even though it was really small.
Good.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to give it, do you know what, I'm going to go with a 9.5 because it's a funny film throughout. And I do have to watch it every year, but I enjoy
I'm glad you gave it a 10, Alan.
Oh, we're playing this game, are we? I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I'm deducting points because of Susan being unruly. So Simon Pegg, you're watching this. Susan's address will be below. Not that anybody watches this. Not this far into the video anyway. 30 seconds and they're gone. They see Brian sat there, they go, woo! I'd like to thank everybody here for joining me. I'd like to thank you for watching. Tell us what you make of this film. Look after yourself, take care, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.